Why people worry more than they should asterisk. Most people do not realize how much time they spend worrying. They think worry appears only when something bad happens. In reality, worry often exists even on calm days, when nothing is truly wrong. A person can wake up in the morning, drink coffee, go to work, talk to others, and still carry a quiet tension inside. Nothing dramatic happens, yet the mind feels tired. By evening, sleep becomes shallow, and the body feels heavy. Why? The reason is simple, but not obvious. People do not suffer because life is hard all the time. They suffer because they carry life inside their head without rest. Worry is not always loud. It does not always feel like fear. Often, it feels like thinking about what might go wrong, thinking about what should have been said, thinking about what others might think, thinking about tomorrow, next week, next year. The human mind is very good at creating problems that do not exist yet. This habit did not start as a mistake. Long ago, worrying helped people survive. It helped them prepare for danger. But modern life has changed, while the nervous system has not. Today, the mind reacts to emails the same way it once reacted to wild animals. The body tightens, breathing becomes shallow, sleep becomes light. The problem is not thinking itself. The problem is never stopping. Many people believe that worrying means being responsible. They think, if I stop worrying, something bad will happen. But this belief quietly destroys rest, health, and peace of mind. Here is a simple truth. Worry without action does not protect you. It only exhausts you. A tired mind makes worse decisions, not better ones. A tired mind sees danger everywhere. A tired mind cannot rest, even when the body is safe. That is why this book exists. Not to teach you how to control life. That is impossible. But to help you learn how to stop carrying unnecessary weight in your thoughts. How to rest without guilt. And how to live with more calm, even when life remains imperfect. You do not need to change your personality. You do not need to become fearless. You do not need to force positive thinking. You only need to understand one thing first. Most of your worry is not happening in the world. It is happening in your mind. And anything that happens in the mind can be understood, adjusted, and softened. That is where we will begin.
The mind is a terrible alarm system asterisk. If the human mind were an alarm system, it would be very unreliable. It would go off at the wrong time. It would scream when there is no danger. And when real rest is possible, it would keep buzzing anyway. Most people do not notice this because the noise feels normal. The mind says, think about this again. Then it says, just in case. Then it says, you can relax yet. And little by little, tension becomes a habit. Here is the strange part. The body listens. Even when you are sitting safely at home, the body reacts as if something urgent urgent is happening. Muscles tighten, breathing becomes shallow, sleep becomes light and fragile, all because of thoughts. The mind does not know the difference between a real problem and an imagined one. It reacts to both in the same way. This is why a simple email can ruin an evening. This is why a small mistake can steal an entire night of sleep. This is why people feel exhausted after doing nothing all day. They were doing something. They were worrying. A man once said, "I don't work that hard, but I am always tired." That sentence explains modern stress perfectly. Mental work without rest is still work. Many people believe they must think about problems all the time, or they are being careless. But constant thinking does not create solutions. It creates fatigue. Think of it this way. If you carried a heavy backpack all day, you would eventually need to put it down. You would not say, "I'll rest later, maybe next week." But people do this with their minds every day. They carry worries to breakfast. They carry them to work. They bring them home. And at night, they put the backpack next to the bed and keep holding it. Then they wonder why they cannot sleep. The truth is simple and uncomfortable. Your mind was never meant to be on all the times. Rest is not laziness. Rest is maintenance. A machine that never stops breaks. A mind that never rests does the same. This book is not about stopping all thoughts. That would be impossible. It is about learning when thinking is useful, and when it is only noise. Because once you can tell the difference, stress loses much of its power, and sleep begins to return. How to stop worrying, sleep better, and start living. Most people do not notice when worry becomes part of their daily routine. It does not arrive loudly. It does not announce itself. It simply settles in, like background noise, until one day you realize that silence has disappeared. Many people say, "Nothing is really wrong, but I feel tired all the time." That sentence explains modern stress better than any complex psychological theory. Life does not have to be dramatic to be exhausting. Sometimes it is exhausting simply because the mind never stops talking. Dale Carnegie understood this long before emails, smartphones, and constant notifications. He noticed that people were not worn out by hard work alone. They were worn out because they never mentally left their problems. The body may be sitting safely at home, but the mind is still at the office, still in conversations, still solving problems that cannot be solved right now. And the mind is very convincing when it worries. It speaks calmly. It sounds serious. It says things like, "You should think about this." No, be prepared. No, if you relax, something bad might happen. So people listen. They carry worry as if it were a sign of responsibility, not realizing